back to it's just funny. If you sitting in federal prison, especially if you're black and you're a drug dealer, whatever, and your family still vote for Democrats, you yourself voted before, whatever, before you got busted, or your family members sitting in, whatever, or anything, no, this is not a wish. Oh, matter of fact, but before I start, yeah, like I said, I fixed it back. I don't know. I should have waited till the camera came and fixed it tomorrow because the camera will be here tomorrow. So, because they can still might come do something tonight. And then, when it's like when you bend something like a metal back and forth, eventually this shit gonna break. But I think right now it's not gonna break. Like I said, no, they tried to say it was the weather. I mean, technically, nobody else's boards. This shit did warp right here. You can see it. And right here didn't warp. This board didn't warp. Theirs didn't warp. But it's wood. Wood ain't gonna make steel warp like this. None of it warped over here. But and it's already warped. So you saw I fixed it before. So nothing is gonna, it's not gonna warp no more. So that means somebody kicked it in. So that's when like I said, the camera will be here tomorrow, you know. And so now I have it on camera. If somebody kicks it in, but anyway, back to the. So they didn't. That's what this is not. That's what I'm saying. When we say stuff, this is just like I said. This is not a wish. It's just all I'm saying is don't get mad at me when I laugh at you. Don't try to. Oh, he's a human being. Don't be petty. Shit like that. It's not. We're not being. No, this we told. Oh, that's dangerous. We told you these motherfuckers dangerous. It gets to a point like nah, nope. And we don't. I don't have to be nice. We don't. None of us have to be nice to you. You were warned over and over and over again how corrupt and crooked these people are, and y'all still, like I said, they still drive just like the people the dude that just pulled up, all of them. But so it is not. Oh, see, I told you. It's like, look, all I said, stop running at me. I don't give a fuck. Don't come up. Like I said today, y'all running behind me. Shit like that.
These people telling the American people this will not happen.
Now the funny thing, this one.
Over 30 million immigrants have gotten a driver's license over the past couple of years. This is why your insurance rate is going up, and here's what you can do about it. So 49 out of 50 states.
Here, blanket pardon, going back to 2014 when Joe Biden was the vice president. We are sitting on.
Now this chick right here.
A year to peddle influence with his father that then.
I mean, yeah, this guy, he usually, he's always. I mean, by this point, I've been watching him for a while, and he doesn't. I think he's done a little something, but I'm talking about the mockery. But he pretty much sticks to what he's supposed to stick to. He don't do the but
vice president, which means everything the Democrats have been saying for years has been a lie. They've spent 8 years screaming that nobody's above the law, when clearly Hunter is. And look, I'm not surprised Joe did this. I have nothing against Hunter personally, but I don't like being lied to. And Joe Biden is a liar. He lied about his son peddling influence. He lied about knowing about it. He lied about getting rich from it. And even his surrogates are having trouble defending this. Watch.
Joe Biden is leaving office making the strongest possible case for Donald Trump that anybody could possibly make it, and that's that our government and our justice system is of, by, and for the elites and nobody else. He ran to banish Trumpism from our political system in this country, and he has left it politically and now institutionally the strongest possible political force in this country. It is a complete and utter failure by the head of the Democratic Party and the President of the United States.
Now, like I
Never
said,
again.
this is all the same, type of shit. But the reason I'm showing it is because of her. She even laughs like, it's a big, like these folks are seriously crazy.
I want to hear, oh, Donald Trump's a liar. You can't believe anything he says. Donald Trump will abuse his power. Donald Trump will only use the system to benefit himself and his family and so on and so forth. Never again. I have one question for Karen, and that is, why did he need
Yeah, she thinks it's funny.
blanket
But see, the problem is, not the problem, that's their problem. They still don't get it. They're still smirking. I mean, that's why I said this, there's no way they're getting, CNN is still operating on its own. They had the money's coming, and it's not revenge. The money has to be coming from the taxpayers or something, because who's going, even a billionaire, you just going to keep giving away. That's like a regular person. You just going to keep giving away $1, even though it doesn't affect you. You got like 300 in the bank, 400,000. And you still, making 80,000 a year or whatever. So but it's the principle. You ain't just gonna keep, even if it's a small amount of money, you ain't gonna keep doing it. So if you cut the money or something, I don't know. That's just my opinion. The money.
Going back to 2014, when Joe Biden was the vice president, we are sitting on the biggest cover-up of who knows what crimes, and Joe Biden.
You see how she laughs?
Exactly,
yes, he thinks it's funny.
When it started. He knows just about when it all started. He's leaving office in complete and total disgrace. He is a liar, and there is no other way to spin this today. This has nothing to do with Trump and everything to do with the character of Joe Biden. You guys can spend all day long trying to spin this, that this is Donald Trump's fault, that this is somehow caused by Donald Trump. Oh, he's appointing the wrong people.
I mean, he's sitting there talking, trying to get some kind of response from demons. They don't care. That's what I've been telling y'all for years. They're dangerous. That's why I handle them and talk to them the way I do. That's like you, after they hurt you real bad, and you're thinking you're going to get them to at least feel bad for you while you're, bleeding out and laying on the ground, like they said, right? Right after the election, remember there was black women. Oh, y'all got a Trump supporter. You gonna be lying on it. They mean that shit. They really want, and if they could, they do it to you, if they can get away with it. And in some Democrat cities, they can. But he's trying to get like a human response from her and him. You see, she just laughed. It was like, dude, just stop. I've been told y'all, there's no working with them. There's no, they're American, they're our neighbors, they're human beings. I told you, there's no, look at her. She, and he's going on and on. He's just trying to really get something out of him. Some kind of elicit, some kind of human response. It's not working. I told you I tried to tell you, there's no working with these people. There's no, I can't wait to get to work with my colleagues on the other side of the aisle. I've been told y'all gonna learn the hard way. But see, like it's people we can't afford to let y'all learn the hard way. We can't. We ain't got time for y'all to learn the hard way.
Do with Trump and everything to do with the character of Joe Biden. You guys can spend all day long trying to spin this, that this is Donald Trump's fault, that this is somehow caused by Donald Trump. Oh, he's appointing the wrong people. Oh, he did it. Oh, this is the worst possible thing a president could possibly do to his party and to the country, to sit for a year and say, I will not do this. I will not do this. The rule of law is sacred. We have to respect the justice system. Juries, we have to respect juries. We have to respect the guardrails and the norms of our democracy.
I mean, you know what it's like? It's like she's like both of them, I guess. You know, she's like the bitch that cheat on you, and you want her to say something, and the rest of us are telling you, leave her alone, dog. Leave her alone. I ain't saying they got something going on. No, that's what I'm talking. All the Democrats, or a dude, a dude or whoever you're trying to tell them, you know, a dude, and it's one of your female cousins or sister, your daughter. She's trying to, you're telling her, look, you know, you're beating a dead horse. You know, you're talking and talking, and they already admitted it or they're caught, but you want to, you know, something, and they're just like looking at you, and you want like them to say, you know, they can say I'm sorry, but you can tell, you know, yeah, they're not even gonna say that. You're just still talking. We're like, dude, leave her alone. Just forget her. And you're still trying to talk to her. And do you know how much money I put into it? Not just money, you know. Really, he's not. You know, he's just hurt. Yeah, How bad she don't care, and all of us can tell she doesn't care. She's not gonna change. That's literally how she's sitting there. It's like leave it alone. I keep look, it's done.
Are liars. Inflation is transitory. Afghanistan is a success. The border is secure. Robert Hur is a liar. The videos are cheap fakes. Biden has a cold. He'll never drop out.
I mean, look at it. She still wants to laugh. She does. She literally still wants to laugh.
It's all a lie. It is all a grift. Every American, except the most partisan, brain-rotted people, are going to be outraged by this today. He is going to leave off. You think 39% job approval is bad? Just you wait. Just you wait. He's disgraced. Disgraced today. Outrageous.
Scott, you don't need to hurl names and...
It did the same thing. You know, this is like, again, like if she cheated and you called her a bitch or a whore, you don't need to hurl names. You know, the same shit. You know, all she's worried about is don't hurl names. And there are people sitting in prison, all types of stuff. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, the lie he told. They still got to be careful because, it hasn't been, Joe Biden has been charged yet. And, you know, there's still they haven't taken over yet. So at this point, you know, the Kash Patel is now the head of the FBI, but not yet. So, yeah, there's no evidence of, you know, Ukraine and Biden, Joe Biden, and da-da-da. So he got to still tip. This is what they know. And she still don't call us names, you know, for being stupid, because they're not stupid. They know what they're doing. They're evil.
Say people like me are brain rotted.
You know, exactly. People like me. This is basically, she's one of them, the same thing as, you know, the slut walk. People like me, I'm a slut. You know, I'm a strong sexual woman. I know what I do. I know I control whoever I be. I'm just me. I'm not a whore. I just look. Don't slut shame me. I'm successful. I got more money. Blah blah blah. You know, exactly. That's the same shit. Same exact shit. That's exactly what it look like. She's just offended about words that you call her. But she's supposed to be a journalist and yada yada yada, and moral high ground Democrats. But instead, all she can say is, "Don't call me brain rotted." You are brain rotted. This is like when you call a bitch, you got dick on the brain. You dick whip, bitch. Don't talk about me like, you know, yeah, all these niggas fucking you.
Come on, that's a little beyond the pale, even for you, Scott.
Listen,
I
stand up for yourself. You don't have to defend this. He's leaving office. You don't have to defend it. You don't have to die on this hill. You can say, this is wrong, because everybody knows that it is. It's wrong. Are you fine with the lying? Are you fine with him sitting before the election all year and lying to the American people? Are you fine with the lying about it?
I don't think that he was lying. I think he made a decision after the fact and decided this was the right thing for him and for his family. Period, full stop. Donald Trump decided that it was okay to pardon
Joe Biden, Karine Jean-Pierre. How many minutes of tape do we have of both of these people telling the American people this will not happen? It's I mean, we could play it all morning. It's a lie, and it's a lie to benefit his own family, and that's all that it is. And everybody who went on TV and said, oh, look how he's the modern George Washington, he's drained every ounce of credibility from every surrogate. If Karine Jean-Pierre had an ounce of self-respect, she'd get off the plane in Africa today where they're going so he can avoid the press and resign. He's drained all of her credibility, and everybody else who's defended this, it's draining for them forever.
Well, and Karen, to be fair, Joe Biden, we did play that sound earlier, did flat out say on multiple occasions, and the press secretary did, that he would not pardon Hunter Biden.
And look, let's be clear. Joe pissed off a lot of Democrats last night. He put a big fat bullseye on the backs of everyone else who was involved in Hunter's shady business dealings. Just because the DOJ can't prosecute Hunter, it doesn't mean they can't go after everyone else involved. And there was a whole ton of Obama officials who got filthy, stinking rich during this time frame. What this does do, though, is it gives Trump a political opening to pardon every single J6 defendant, every single mom and dad and grandmother and everyone else who was peacefully protesting on J6, who got swept into the Capitol building by the Capitol Police. Joe Biden's FBI then ruthlessly rounding them up and throwing them in jail, many of them still in prison today. Trump should pardon all of them, and I believe he will. Last night, Trump posted on Truth Social saying, does the pardon given by Joe to Hunter include the J6 hostages who have now been imprisoned for years? Such an abuse and miscarriage of justice. In another story, the nomination of Kash Patel for FBI director isn't sitting well with Permanent Washington. We covered it in detail yesterday. And the attacks against Kash have only just started. He's promised to release the Epstein files, the P. Diddy files, the JFK files. Kash is a huge proponent.
Hi, Spencer Raskoff.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why this is just what I was talking about. I hadn't watched it yet. Right now, there's no sense in trying to get like some kind of emotion out of them, or some kind of moral, like for them to be, turn on Biden or the Democrats. And no, they're not going to do that.
Tape do we have of both of these people telling the American people this will not happen? It's I mean, we could play it all morning. It's a lie, and it's a lie to benefit his own family, and that's all that it is. And everybody who went on TV and said, oh, look how he's the modern George Washington, he's drained every ounce of credibility from every surrogate. If Karine Jean-Pierre had an ounce of self-respect, she'd get off the plane in Africa today where they're going so he can avoid the press and resign. He's drained all of her credibility, and everybody else who's defended this, it's draining for them forever.
You see how laughing. Okay. Remember I've been telling you that? I told you now. I've been told y'all. This is exactly what I said. This is exactly how they do. I seen it. So where I'm from though, when they do shit like that, yeah, they get their ass whooped. Anybody. They meaning any human. Oh, you gonna laugh? This shit funny? Right? But Democrats, they're protected, or they used to be. And I ain't talking about they need a legal ass whooping. Seriously, that just whooping their ass physically is not gonna stop it from happening in the future. You need legal ramifications. But see, still.
Eric, to be fair, Joe Biden, we did play that sound earlier, did flat out say on multiple occasions, and the press secretary did, that he would not pardon Hunter Biden.
And look, let's be clear. Joe pissed off a lot of Democrats last night. He put a big fat bullseye on the backs of everyone else who was involved in Hunter's shady business dealings. Just because the DOJ can't prosecute Hunter.
I ain't even think about that. Yeah, okay, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Remember earlier, I was like, so what are they talking about? This the last fuck you. Oh, everybody, oh, shit, that is dangerous. Damn, that is like, okay, I ain't even think about it, like, because okay, he can't get prosecuted. But the evidence For everybody else, that's all your whole crew. That's kind of worse than well, that is no, that's like well, but cutting a deal, either way, you're not in trouble. But this is even worse than cutting a deal. You got pardoned. You ain't even got cut a deal. Like cutting a deal, I don't know, right? You still get some on your record, or you got to go to witness. He can just use his money, all the money he stole, to protect himself. You got millions, hundreds of, who knows how much he got. He got more than enough money to protect himself, and he don't have no kind of whatever, because he's pardoned. And so everybody else though can be got, and they can't, and they won't have nothing to offer. They can't offer up Hunter Biden because he's pardoned. Oh shit, I didn't even think of that.
Just because the DOJ can't prosecute Hunter, it doesn't mean they can't go after everyone else involved. And there was a whole ton of Obama officials who got filthy, stinking rich during this time frame. What this does do, though, is it gives Trump a political opening to pardon every single J6 defendant, every single mom and dad and grandmother and everyone else who was peacefully protesting on J6, who got swept into the Capitol building by the Capitol Police. Joe Biden's FBI then ruthlessly rounding them up and throwing them in jail, many of them still in prison today. Trump should pardon all of them, and I believe he will. Last night, Trump posted on Truth Social saying, does the pardon given by Joe to Hunter include the J6 hostages who have now been imprisoned for years? Such an abuse and miscarriage of justice. In another story, the nomination of Kash Patel for FBI director isn't sitting well with Permanent Washington. We covered it in detail yesterday. And the attacks against Kash have only just started. He's promised to release the Epstein files, the P. Diddy files, the JFK files. Kash is a huge proponent of government transparency. Over on Morning Joe, the show that exemplifies the bureaucratic class in D.C., they were having a fit over this morning. In fact, they barely even mentioned Joe Biden's pardon to Hunter this morning, but they spent 40 minutes on Kash Patel. Roll the tape.
And number two now, Kash Patel. And Kash Patel, of course, is a person who infamously said he was going to jail reporters and journalists and news people who did not go along with the 2020 election conspiracy theory. It's not even because he's an ideologue. It's because he seems, according to this piece and everything we've seen, singularly focused on exacting revenge on people who did not carry through on Donald Trump's threats of retribution. And again, we will be playing the clip in a minute where he promises to arrest journalists and reporters and news people who refused to go along with the 2020 Stop the Steal conspiracy theories.
Kash Patel, perceived by many to be deeply dangerous because he has indeed, as you note, no qualification.
The thing that it's like, what are they expecting? They're expecting people to, or either they still think that their people can protect them, the deep state. That's the only thing I could think, that they're thinking, because they can't think the public is going to all of a sudden turn on Trump and, we want, no, not MSNBC, not CNN, no, don't do this, Trump. No, President Trump, please, no, don't. What are they expecting? What is all this? Kash Patel, he's a Trump loyalist. Oh, no, we made a mistake. Take it back. No, I know it's unconstitutional, but take back we're going to tear down the whole country. Everybody, the 100 million man march, everybody out in the streets. Well, it's not even... What is all this about? What is it supposed to do? I don't get it. What is all these reports, about? What are these reports supposed to do? But
Well, it goes without saying that hearing this, the Liberals, who were the same people, the very same people, who were standing there and applauding,
We will go out and find the conspirators,
I
not
mean,
just in government,
here, here's another video, but about Cash Patel.
in the media. Yes, we're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens, who helped Joe Biden rig presidential elections. We're going to come after you. Whether it's criminally or civilly, we'll figure that out. But yeah, we're putting you all on notice. And Steve, this is why they hate us. This is why we're tyrannical. This is why we're dictators. Because we're actually going to use the Constitution to prosecute them for crimes they said we have always been guilty of, but never have.
No, not Cash Patel. Like, you cannot put Cash Patel as a temporary leader of the Justice Department.
You're talking to a guy that's read the entire JFK file.
If Trump wins, that same client list is going to become public.
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book?
FBI.
Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pet are.
Welcome back to Rattlesnake TV, guys. In this video, we are going to be going through some of Donald Trump's most recent groundbreaking, revolutionary cabinet nominations that, in no uncertain terms, confirm, if we didn't know this already, that he means business. We're going to go through a few of these nominations and give a bit of a background and look at some of their highlights and understand who
It's done. But my point is, what is that supposed to do? All the reporters, so-called journalists on MSNBC and CNN, Cash, no, not Cash, no, the Cash, no, this kid guy, he can't, no, you can't do. The FBI is in, yes, the FBI is in danger. Yes, but the American people are grateful. This is glorious for the American people, especially people like me. All the spying the FBI does, all they, buying that building and all this. Yeah, I guess that was supposed to be some kind of, this whole thing, some kind of talisman, some kind of spell. That's what this was supposed to be. The FBI, so now who knows what's going to happen with these clowns. Now, well, anyway, I'll continue tomorrow.